Sure. Skip this ad. Just like you skipped out on buying Amazon stock and Google and Apple. I'm sure you think you're too busy to invest online. You want to see busy?
When is a laptop not a laptop? When it's a lap dock. This is the NextDock Touch. NextDock 2 Touch? I forget if it's something like that. We reviewed the NextDock 2 on Linus Tech Tips last year? I forget exactly when it was. Editor will tell you now. And when we did that video, I was like, I like doing these kind of products where it's like, it doesn't really make a ton of sense for the average person, but it's something that makes you think. It's something that makes you imagine a future where we're all flying in cars and it's a utopia. And there's people trying to hunt down androids and retire them by force because they're becoming sentient. You know, that kind of thing. So the NextDock 2 was really cool, but the one thing that we really wanted it to have that it didn't have yet is a touchscreen. So this one apparently has a touchscreen and it's kind of refined the design a little bit more. So as usual, there's no knife to open these things. So I'm using James's screwdriver. Ooh, I almost stabbed myself. I didn't even say what this thing is. It's a lap dock, which means that there's no laptop brains inside. There's no computer in it. It's just a shell to which you are supposed to connect like a phone or a Raspberry Pi. You'll see. If that doesn't make sense, I'll show you, don't worry. It's really cool, okay. Ooh. Oh. Okay, so that was a somewhat unglamorous way of dumping all the stuff out, but this is like a micro USB to USB-C. This looks like an HDMI to micro HDMI adapter, cool. These are all power adapters for various regions, I believe. Okay, so there are still cords. Here's a USB-C to C, which we need to connect the phone. HDMI, USB-C to micro USB and USB type A, so that is for a Raspberry Pi or a similar kind of micro PC device. I like this packaging, eh? You got the closed cell foam. Not only that, but they also have, what do you call this? Air pocket? What would you call this? Inflatable pool toy packaging. A life preserver. A lap dock preserver. Quick start guide. Okay, let's just look through this real quick. Just do some light reading, just so I know. You don't want to see my knees, Andy? Look, it's beautiful. Help! So right away, I noticed that they maybe listened to us. One of the things we said about the other NextDock, the pre-touch NextDock, was the fact that the finish on it felt kind of rough. Like, they did this kind of like blasted aluminum look, you know, looks like a MacBook type of thing or a ZenBook or whatever you want to do. But it felt a little rougher than you'd expect, and this feels already a bit smoother, so that's nice. Nice job, NextDock. And let's look at the ports. So can you see that, Andy? We got the same ports, it looks like. One HDMI, which is how you would connect something other than a smartphone to put video onto the display. And actually you can connect anything with an HDMI output. You can connect game consoles, other things with HDMI outputs. I get a computer, I guess a regular PC. And then you have 3 USB-C ports, which are all meant for different things. So this one is for charging. This one is for, I believe, for the Raspberry Pi. And I think this is a multi-use one. You can use it for Raspberry Pis and for like data. And then this one is to connect your smartphone. On the other side, we have a USB 3 type A port, a headphone jack, and a micro SD card slot. Nice, very nice. They really took some measures to protect this thing. Like, it had that extra layer of like bump protection, and now they had a keyboard protector and a plastic screen protector. That glossy screen looks nice. Looks nicer than I remember on the other one. Okay, the feel is pretty similar to the original NextDock. One thing that I said about it was that I thought the keys were a bit large, and I think that appears to be the case here as well. I don't know how that, aren't like laptop keys kind of a standard size? But it's not anything horrible. Like, obviously, if you know how to type on a keyboard, you can still type. It's just like, oh, I don't need that. I don't need that much space. What are you trying to say about my fat fingers, NextDock? Wow, is this trackpad even bigger than the last one? I feel like it is. And also, again, the finish on it is a lot nicer. So nice to see that, Next Doc. Nice job. One other thing I want to say about the physical design before we get into it is this little notch here. This wasn't here the last time. Can you see that, Andy?